some of that also comes from lifestyle. And I think people completely forget about that because a lot of people go around sitting down most of their day, working at a desk or sitting in school or whatever that way. But your upbringing was a little different. As you mentioned, you grew up on a farm in Louisiana, so I'm willing to bet you almost never, sat down on the day to day. There's always something to do. And I've seen that with other sports as well, especially football, is there's this sort of element, for lack of a better way to put it, I call it farm boy strength, where it's like you grow up doing some actual physical hard labor and it carries over into success for the rest of your life that way. And it's often nothing fancy, right? Like carrying stuff, moving from point A to point B, being on your feet for a long period of time, but that stuff has so much value and benefit. In fact, I think a lot of it has more benefit for the athlete than some of these fancy, crazy, sexy Instagram exercises I see put out every day. It's like, if you want to get stronger, just chop wood, carry water.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, that's definitely what I preach, and that's definitely what I practice. Keeping things somewhat simple and fundamental is going to go so far for pretty much any sport. Not all, but if you do the basics well and you have a good solid foundation, and I think farm boy strength is perfect. I think that's kind of a basic foundational thing. And then I've really, since I've dabbled in the world of psychology, and my PhD work is in positive psychology, flow states, and use stress and all that. And I'll explain that if you want to, but it's huge what a mindset will do. And I think that by being a worker or being someone who knows how to use your body continuously, and then you combine a good mindset with that, it really turns a potential athlete into that athlete who is successful. Whereas someone who has the potential may not have the right mindset. And I just think there's a combination of the physical and mental that we obviously we're jumping on it. There's plenty of programs to get the mindsets right. And but I think the belief system is huge. And if you don't believe it, it's crazy. And I can see the belief system, I mean, exponentially in the sport of ninja, because as we, again, over time, I've watched things happen. Like there were obstacles that were impossible, right? Just couldn't do it. It was physically impossible. All the best guys were trying to do it. And then it's just like that, 4 minute mile phenomenon, where one person ran the 4 minute mile, and then that year, a few other people ran a 4 minute mile. But as soon as one athlete sees an athlete do an obstacle and they complete it, then boom, all of a sudden it's unlocked because now you believe it's possible. And so your human potential or your human physical capability is now unlocked, and it goes and it's able to do it.